Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good day. It's been a while, but I had an idea for another Helen's Helpful Hints video. I hope that so it's a Helen's Helpful Hint, plus it's a little bit of crafty, being a crafty witch, which I of course always love being crafty, and it's about accessorizing. So, I mean, there's like so many good things about this idea. And you know, as Clary says from my favorite movie of all time, Steel Magnolias, the only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize. All right, so, let me talk to you about a little bit about what this is going to entail. So, and this is probably a craft for maybe some of my bigger folks, okay? I'm a proud big girl, and if you're a big girl, sometimes things just don't fit you properly. And so the bane of my existence has been these guys. Have you seen these before? Are you familiar with them? These are the elastic bracelets that you can find in most New Age stores. Heck, I even see them at the big box bookstores like Barnes and Noble and Schuler's and things like that. They're pretty simple. They're made on elastic cording and stuff like that. And if you belong to my coven, lots of my coven sisters wear multiples of these all the time. And I really like them. Wearing bracelets like this is a super easy way to carry a stone with you when you're wanting that kind of influence that comes from that stone in your daily life. And that's what a lot of my coven sisters, you know, use. They'll wear a hematite bracelet to draw negativity away from them, or concentrate it into an area so that it doesn't influence them. And I love that idea. Unfortunately, when I buy bracelets like this, do you see? Well, hold on. Let me take some of these others off so that perhaps you have an opportunity to see what I'm talking about. Because I'm a big girl, there's always a gap. And hopefully there's like an actual gap there for you to see. And so it makes them tight. It makes it so that they don't lay right and stuff like that. And it basically makes it so you don't want to wear them. And so that's frustrating. And so if you're a crafty witch, then you find ways to work around it. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen a recent post where I shared, I'm trying to get them all, they're all like twisting up. I shared I shared a picture of making these guys. So these are just a few bracelets that took me just a couple of hours to make, and they're actually on memory wire. And so you can easily put them on. They hold their shape, and when you take them off, they kind of just stay like that. Okay? And they're super comfortable. And so I thought, well, let's show the peeps how to make them. So it's a super easy process. So let's get started and I'll show you what I do, okay? Alrighty then. So here I've got laid out all the things, kind of like our tools and components and such. And so here's what we're going to make again. So you can use this method to do a couple of different things. You can either make the bracelets like I originally showed you. These are all made with natural stone beads. We have this one that has sodalite in the front with angelite here. We have Let's kind of do one at a time. This one is made with tiger eye with a few black lava rock in the front there. And I think all of these, with the exception of the Sodalite and Angelite, have lava in here. I like the idea of making these with lava rock, because if you wanted to, you could put essential oils on these lava rocks and use that as a diffuser as well. And I'm here to tell you on this one right here, where we've got amethyst, smoky quartz, and the lava. I have 3 lava beads here in the front, and I put essential oils on this, and I'm not kidding, it lasts for like 3 days. So they work very well for diffusing. And then finally there's this one that has rose quartz with little hematite spacers between, and 1 lava in the center there. So you can use that method, the method I'm about to show you, to make these. Or if you or someone you love likes things a little more blingy and sparkly, then you can always go this route, and you can use these multifaceted, I think they're glass. I've got some here. Yes, they're glass. So these ones have a little bit more of a bling effect, and you can use these for color correspondences to help with magical purposes as well. So, and these are done on the memory wire as well. I also have one here that I made a long time ago. This is actually a, let me see, can you see it? This is a 3-strand bracelet that it has these really cool silver fittings here that like holds it together. So you can do something that way, or you can do extra coils to give you that kind of effect. Okay, and I guess I can talk about that a little bit as we kind of go on here. So let's talk about what you need to make these. The first thing that you're going to need is memory wire. And I have 2 different kinds here. This one right here, this one, I actually picked up at Walmart, and this one, it was only like $2.50 or something like that, and this has 5 feet. And you want to make sure to be aware of like the size, because this is like I think this is the biggest size until you get like into a necklace size memory wire. So you want to make sure you're getting like the, like an adult size one. Now this package I just picked up from my local Joann's store, and I'm trying to see, it says round, because memory wire is available in square, I guess, as well. Now this doesn't say how much you get in the package, but you can see here in the top where it says large. That's what I was talking about. Make sure that it's large bracelet. Yeah, it says that there's 0.5 ounces, but it doesn't say how many, like how much length or whatever, where this one says 5 feet. But anyhow, you're going to need memory wire. You're also going to need a really good pair of wire cutters, okay? And wire cutters, you can find them in the jewelry making section. Heck, you can probably also find them in a toolbox. You want something that's pretty, you don't want a flimsy pair, okay? Because this memory wire is pretty thick and it's kind of hard to cut. So you might want to, if you want to get into jewelry making period, you might want to get a pair that's dedicated to just cutting memory wire, because I don't know if you can see, there's little like divots in the blades where these cut. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can, but that's probably from cutting the memory wire. Okay, so you want a hardcore, pair of cutters. And then you also want a pair of needle nose pliers like this. You want something that's small at the tip, because what we're actually going to do on the end is we're going to use this to curl and create the end well, actually both ends, but we're going to, let's see. Can I find the end? Dear goodness. See right here? Where are you? Where are you? Right there. See that right there? We're going to curl that. I hope this makes sense, you guys. Seriously. Okay, so those are the tools. You need the memory wire, and then you're going to need some stones. Now, all of these I purchased at either Joann's or Michael's, but you can also, of course, go to bead stores. They're going to have natural stone beads. The big thing to kind of be aware of is check your tags and look for, you know, natural stone on the tag of some kind. Now, this is simulated malachite, and it says right here on the tag, I'm not going to try to show it to you, but it says simulated. So you want to be aware of that. Be aware too when you look at things like turquoise. This says turquoise stone, and it says natural turquoise stone, but I'm here to tell you the price that I paid for this, it is probably not turquoise. If it is turquoise, I will be highly surprised. A lot of times the turquoise that you find is actually dyed howlite. So just be aware of that stuff. But I've got some amethyst here, some rose quartz. I've got some little red tiger eye. I've got tiger eye. So you need something like that. Now, a lot of times when you buy them in the big box hobby stores, they're going to come on hanks, is what this is called a lot of the time, and they're going to range in price. You'll see that there's different colored tags here. That's different amounts. I want to say that the green tags were something like $5.99 or something along those lines. And actually these turquoisey, I think they're switching suppliers. So, these, I don't think they're necessarily color-coded like the other company was, because we've got this brown one too. So those are different pricings and stuff like that. Now, if you wanted to go the blingy route, I threw these up here so you could see them too. These are sold in the same area. These are, you know, of course, different color combinations. You'll either find stuff that's all one color, or you'll find a set like this that's pretty much ready to be made into a bracelet. You just have to kind of cut it off and string it up. No big deal. So, okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm not going to go through the whole process because I don't want this video to be, you know, 13 hours long or anything like that. But these are plastic, or usually plastic, unfortunately, centers or lines here that they hang off of. Geez, I'm trying to keep everything in one location and talk to y'all at the same time. So sorry if it's a bit cut up. So we've taken out our tiger eye. I actually have a plate right here that I'm using because it's a little bit smaller. I actually have you can buy these trays for jewelry making if you want. But I wanted something that was a little smaller, so that's why we've got this. I've got these tiny little hematite beads. So I'm going to throw some of them on here. One thing that I would stress is to before you make too many grandeur plans with what you're doing, is to take a look at and do some testing of your holes in the beads, because this memory wire tends to be thicker than a lot of wire that you might make necklaces or strung up bracelets with. So just be aware before you get too committed to a particular design that all of your beads will fit on the memory wire. And I've actually done something with all of these beads, so I know that they already fit onto the memory wire. So what I have here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to really see this, but I have the remnants of my previous package of memory wire that I had open. And I'm actually making this bracelet as a gift for someone. And she wanted her bracelet to have a little bit more overhang. See, on this one, my overhang is only about an inch and a half maybe there. So she wanted hers to wrap around a little bit more. So if you can tell, and you probably can't, I actually have an overhang that starts here and it wraps around to here. So that's quite a nice wrap around because she was worried about it flying off. So that's what we're gonna do. So you take your needle nose pliers, and what I do is I start at the end. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I will just try to talk it out as much as possible. This memory wire is very strong, okay? And so, you know, be prepared. Be prepared to manhandle this a lot. So what I try to do is I line up the edge of the memory wire just on this other side of the needle nose pliers, and then I take the wire and I rest it against my finger like so, and I start curling, okay? And so I'm just turning over the needle nose pliers, and you want to make sure to give yourself a really tight coil there so that nothing falls off. Okay, let me take a look at this. I actually would like to tighten that up a little bit more. Let's see. Can you see that? Where is it? It's hiding under my ring. That's not going to do anybody good. So there's the coil. Can you see it? I hope so. I'm actually going to tighten it up a little bit. So this particular tool, see this little divot right here in front of my nail? It actually is a notch where you can kind of, that I actually have the needle nose pliers in that little notch right now. I'm going to go ahead and give it a squeeze because, yeah, so it's nice and tight now, that end loop. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And so now you just begin the trial and error of throwing on your beads to make your design. So I think I want to use all of these. So what I would suggest maybe is kind of counting them and see how many you have here. And I'm not gonna go through the whole process of it right now, but I do want to throw some beads on here so that you get an idea of what we're doing. So I'm looking at the beads and not necessarily looking at the frame. So hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm doing kind of an every other pattern with the tiger eye beads, and these tiger eye beads, I believe they're about a 10 millimeter, so they're 10 mils in diameter, okay? And then the little hematite spacers, they're kind of like a flat bead, okay? So let me just put a couple more on, okay, just to kind of show you. So, and then I'm going to take it to the end, because one thing you want to do too is check to make sure that your loop at the end, which is, so the end is right here at my thumb, and you want to give it a good little tug to make sure that your beads are going to stay on, everything looks good, and so here's the pattern. Okay, and you might find that you need to take things on and off and kind of adjust things. That's why I suggested, you know, maybe if you were doing something along this line, I want to say that there were 22 of the rose quartz beads, and so I did 11 and then had my center to do that lava bead and then finish it off. So so that's just something that you got to kind of learn and play around with, and it's you know, it is what it is. But when it comes to doing the end, you want to make sure to give yourself enough of an end so that you can get those needle nose pliers in there again and do the same thing. You want to coil it so that it makes that little loop at the end. So that way everything stays on. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense, first of all, and I hope that that this is kind of helpful for you. I know that I've enjoyed. It's fun to make them, first of all, and it's fun, you know, it's nice to have bracelets that my meteor wrist is able to wear. And, you know, I can stack these just like folks who wear the little elastic ones. And so something else that you could consider doing too that I wanted to bring up is you can, if this isn't working for you, you can totally take this bracelet, cut it open, and I would imagine that these beads are going to fit on the memory wire just as well, because these lava rocks that I have are very close, as you can see, in size. So I could very easily take this and make a different bracelet on the memory wire. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I thought that it was a rather genius idea, and something, like I said, I've been having fun making for myself, and these are great gifts, you guys. Just like this is going to be a gift for someone, this, you know, birthdays, Yule gifts, things like that. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. What you waiting for? Let's see what else. I don't think I've done a video like this before, so there's really nothing to link in the description box for that. Yeah, I guess that's it. So if you make bracelets like this, or want to suggest other videos that might be more helpful than this one, I'm totally open for that, because I know that it's really difficult to I'm realizing to do this and have it, you know, be seen properly. So if there's a better video out there, I'd be glad to share it. So that's going to be it for this time. Thank you for watching, and thanks for walking the path for a little while with me. Until next time, blessed be.